This week we're going to work on something I've been putting off for a while, and that's the suspension. If you recall, we put a new frame on. That was a big part of the project. And the new frame has adjustments up top on the top of the wishbone shock absorber thing. So basically everything needs to be realigned. One way to do it would be take it to a shop and say, hey, align my car. Another way to do it is to do it yourself. The people who built the frame have added an extra feature, and that's the camber angle. The camber angle, if you have your two wheels, you can have negative camber where the wheels tilt in slightly, or positive camber where they tilt out slightly. And depending on what you want your car to do is how you set it up. I've looked in the manual, and it lists all of the angles in case you have an accident and you need to realign things for some reason. But originally, there is no adjustment for the camber angle. So you just bolt on the top of the suspension, the Armstrong shock, which is the top part of the A-arm, and everything's set. But we're in this situation, so we've gone back to the manual to get that size, get that dimension, and we're going to set it. For us, the angle is 1 degree positive. So the top of the wheels are pointing out slightly. 1 degree. 1 degree isn't very much. So, how are we going to measure it? With this, I have it's a digital gauge, a digital angle gauge, and just a piece of angle iron. So we're going to put that on the side of the wheel and get our measurements off of that. I've cut some little notches in here so it'll fit nice and tight against the rim of the wheel. I want to make sure it's not touching the spokes, but to get also getting as much of a width as possible. First, you want to get this bar perfectly, or as close as you can, to 90 degrees. So once you're really close, then you take it and put it on this angle, and then you take your reading. And then you tighten the nuts, the bolts, and everything changes. So you get close, you try to tune it in, you do a little bit at a time until you get right there. So the whole Armstrong shock is mounted here on a plate, and there's some holes in it. You can use this bolt to tighten it up and push the wheel out. Right now we're almost exactly 90 degrees. That moved it half a degree. I think we're close enough for now, so we'll try the other side. Now that I have the camber angle finally set, it took me a lot of times to go back and forth, getting it adjusted, tightening it a little bit, tightening it down, checking it, moving it a little bit, tightening it, till it's just right. That's how adjustments go. It's not a do it one time and you're done thing. It's a back and forth play with the material to get it exactly where you need it. Because when you tighten the bolts down, things move around. That's how it works. Because it's had so much movement, I'm now going to go back. Well, before the camber angle was in, and now it's out. It's supposed to be out, but that's where it is. So I'm wondering if that has affected the toe in, because why not? So we're going to go back again and double check that to see if it moved. I just checked the toe in with the new caster angle, and it changed it dramatically. So I've adjusted that again, Now I've gone back to the camber angle and it's off a bit. So I'm going to adjust that and go back and forth until we can narrow it down to the right position.